Good evening and welcome. Tonight, a tense and revealing moment on Capitol Hill that cuts to the heart of government transparency, political accountability, and one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern American history, the Jeffrey Epstein investigation.
Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for unanimous consent.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to submit two sets of documents. The first is a series of emails from the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. They are making FOIA requests to get their own FBI files and not having any success. So I want to bring attention to that by submitting that to the record. The second document that I want to submit to the record, for the record, I know we don't usually read these. This one's not readable. It's completely redacted for the most part, the first 50 pages. This is actually the search warrant that was served on James O'Keefe for a diary that he had already given to the government 2 months before. And as it turns out, there were no indictments here, yet he still doesn't know why he was raided, and I think he deserves to know. So,
Without objection.
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
you haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all of the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked, and the number of pedophiles. It sounds like
those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times.
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
My time, Director.
Keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment, because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's file.
It's a simple question. Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out if you're going to mock
me? Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No? A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F?
It sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm
the gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? don't worry if I'm in it?
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list, at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done
No, the question
they failed
again,
to meet the muster
Director,
and their constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm
of
going to
the room, so
borrow
that you
your
can hear me.
terminology and call
I'm
bullshit
reclaiming my
on your
time.
entire career in Congress.
reclaiming my time,
It has been
Director.
a disgrace to the American
Director, I'm
people.
reclaiming my
You
time.
can
No,
reclaim your
will you
time all you
recuse
want.
yourself?
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak, Mr. Sway?
Mr. Chairman, would you give
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time to
Mr. Chairman, would you
Mr.
admonish the
Chairman,
witness not to insult members?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman,
The
just
committee will remember.
quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts, since the witness decided to interrupt him
And
continuously?
then the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure
Thank
he has
you.
time to do that.
My question
Gentlemen,
is,
continue.
will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The
No.
witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct.
Okay.
What unfolded during the Kash Patel FBI hearing was not just a clash of personalities, it was a window into how power, secrecy, and public trust collide at the highest levels of law enforcement. Before we go any further, if you value clear, fact-based breakdowns of major political moments like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. The exchange began with a procedural move that quickly turned into something much bigger. The congressman from Kentucky requested unanimous consent to submit 2 sets of documents into the official record. The first, emails from victims of Jeffrey Epstein, individuals who say they are still struggling to obtain their own FBI files through Freedom of Information Act requests. That alone raises serious questions about victims' rights, transparency, and how long sensitive records remain locked away, even from the people most directly affected. If you care about accountability and access to truth, subscribe now, because this issue is far from over. The second document submitted was even more striking, a heavily redacted search warrant related to a raid on journalist James O'Keefe. According to the congressman, the diary at the center of that raid had already been voluntarily turned over to the government months earlier. No indictment followed, yet O'Keefe was still subjected to a search, and to this day, the justification remains unclear. Oversight hearings like this exist precisely to examine whether federal power is being used appropriately, and that context matters as this hearing unfolds. If you want continued coverage that explains the why, not just the what, hit subscribe. Then came the confrontation that lit up the room. A congressman from California directly questioned FBI Director Kash Patel about the Epstein files and former President Donald Trump. The core issue is not simply whether Trump's name appears in the files, but whether the director of the FBI has personally reviewed the entirety of the largest sex trafficking case the Bureau has ever handled. Patel's answer was blunt. He has not reviewed all of the files himself. That admission triggered a deeper debate about leadership responsibility. If you want more explanations like this that help you understand how government actually works, subscribe to the channel. As the questioning continued, the focus narrowed to numbers. How many times does Trump's name appear in the Epstein files? 100 times? 500 times? 1,000 times? Patel repeatedly rejected the premise, arguing that raw name counts are misleading and that the FBI has only released names that meet legal and credibility standards. This is an important point viewers often miss. In investigative files, names can appear for many reasons: witnesses, hearsay, flight logs, contact lists, none of which automatically imply criminal conduct. For more clarity-driven coverage like this, don't forget to subscribe. The tone then shifted from procedural to personal. Patel accused the congressman of engaging in political innuendo for fundraising purposes and pushed back forcefully against any suggestion that the FBI was shielding criminals. He pointed to redeployment of FBI resources, reductions in violent crime, and child exploitation efforts as evidence of the Bureau's priorities. This moment highlights a recurring tension in oversight hearings. Lawmakers demand answers on specific controversies, while agency heads emphasize broader mission success. Both sides speak past each other, and the public is left trying to reconcile the two. If you want help cutting through that noise, subscribe now. The final line of questioning returned to a simple but explosive issue. Did Patel ever tell Donald Trump that his name appears in the Epstein files? Patel said no. Did he tell the Attorney General? Patel said discussions occurred about the files as a whole, but he did not give a direct yes or no to that specific framing. That ambiguity is where hearings like this often leave off, not with closure, but with unresolved questions that may fuel future investigations, document requests, or political narratives. To stay informed as this story develops, make sure you are subscribed. This hearing exposed the limits of transparency, the challenges of managing massive investigations, and the deep mistrust between political institutions and the public. It also underscored why oversight matters, not just to score political points, but to force uncomfortable questions into the open. If you want ongoing, in-depth reporting that helps you understand what these moments really mean, subscribe to the channel, stay engaged, and stay informed.